on. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh boy.
A lot of rumblings out there. A few weeks ago, Charlie Batts speculated the holdup on this potential return, comeback, however you want to phrase it, is due to money. He wants $30 million. And now a Steelers insider is admitting to that claim, saying the Steelers anticipating Rodgers wanting a raise. Listen, I got to take Rodgers' side on this.
Same.
If he wants $30 million, he took 10 last year. That's 2 years, $40 million. That's what Justin Fields got last year. Look at what quarterbacks make now. How many guys are making over 30? Aaron Rodgers last year, statistically 24 touchdowns. He played injured. It sounds a little crazy at first because my first was like $30 million. But if you do the aggregate over the 2 years, like you need me more than I need you.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. You can say whatever you want about Aaron Rodgers. They were a dysfunctional offense that were bad in the red zone, and they became a very, very good red zone offense. They were situationally a much smarter team. I think Aaron, this is one of those, I'll back him. He did Pittsburgh a solid. Well, Pittsburgh fired their coach, or whatever the transaction's called. Now you've got Aaron's old coach. So Aaron's like, listen, I came here, and a big chunk of it was Tomlin, and I took a team-friendly deal. I'm not giving you both. You changed the coach, and you want me to go cheap again. I'm totally Team Aaron here. We said when he went to Pittsburgh it wasn't a great fit. Part of it was he respected Mike. So Mike think, well, Mike's gone. So I don't get Mike or the contract. You got to be fair. Aaron deserves closer to 30.
Well, and here's the other thing. The Steelers ownership has said over and over, we're not doing the Miami Dolphins. We're not doing the Jets. We're not punting on it. We want to win.
Yeah.
Well, McCarthy can talk up Will Howard all he wants at the owners' meetings. Their best chance to win in 2026, right, is Aaron Rodgers. So, and the going rate for $10 million, we saw Cousins got that. More than likely, Cousins is going to be the backup. A going rate for a backup quarterback is $5 to $12 million. That's what Aaron Rodgers did for them last year, and they made the playoffs. So I think Aaron could kind of draw a hard line. What else are the Steelers going to do?
Yeah.
Sticking with the NFL.
Yeah, so when all this free agency news was first breaking and starting to unfold, I made a video doing a deep dive into the salary cap situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We touched on the whole concept of taking a pay cut and all that. I don't want to completely rehash everything, but here's a quick summary. Aaron Rodgers taking a pay cut, let's say $10 million, $15 million, pretty much anything under $30 million. Let's just use that as a general cutoff. That doesn't help the Steelers win a Super Bowl this year or build a great team. And they'll be able to win and be great as long as Aaron only takes that kind of discount. But the way these contracts work, the way you can carry some salary cap space over to the next season, I think you have to spend like 89% or some random number like that over a 3-year floating window. And you have all these restructuring options. I went through it. There are 5, 6, 7, 8 players you could easily restructure who are all getting paid. When you restructure a contract, you're essentially just giving them the money now and you can use some void years and so on. The way it would be so evenly distributed means you're not hurting your future in any measurable way. You're simply not. Because originally we talked about how it's not going to help the Steelers win a Super Bowl right now or be great if you give Aaron a pay cut. But you could argue they want to carry some of this cap into next year, so then you're just asking how. Do you want to spread it out? But when you look at the contracts they can restructure, you realize, oh no, you can easily make this work. You don't need a super genius capologist to pull it off. This is simply the Steelers not wanting to get it done. Or the owners not wanting to put up the money. Because when you restructure, when you make some of these deals, the money goes through signing bonuses essentially, and that money has to be paid out right away. Owners don't always want to front that cash because it's their money at that moment. So that's where some teams draw the line. And I agree, listen, say what you will about Aaron Rodgers, but he's not a $10 million quarterback. And $30 million is such a massive discount. It's a huge discount. And what Aaron brings to that offense is clearly an incredibly high level. It's clearly high level. And if you build a good enough team around him, he will get it done, even in the more limited version of Aaron. That much is very clear. That much is very clear. I guarantee you, Aaron Rodgers on the Colts instead of Daniel Jones would have a ton of success, win a ton of games. I guarantee it. I guarantee you if Aaron Rodgers was with the 49ers instead of Brock Purdy, they'd have a ton of success. I guarantee you all these teams, the Jags, the Lions, the Rams, tons of success. I'm not telling you they're winning Super Bowls with Aaron Rodgers or that he's going to throw for 5,000 yards and 40-some touchdowns. But he's not a liability. Why, he's not a foundational problem. And yeah, we can't exist in a world where Justin Fields is making more money than Aaron Rodgers. The fact that Aaron is essentially saying $30 million is already insanely low. You could argue that what he brought to the table last season was easily in the $45 million range. It would be a little harder to put him officially in the $50s or $60s. And even then, a lot of those guys getting paid in the $50s and $60s, half of it is for what you're doing today, and half is for what they expect you to do next year as well. It's kind of built in. And obviously with Aaron Rodgers we're looking at it with a more singular mentality. But it's just that he's clearly worth it. So this is more of a situation where the franchise, we always talk about pay cuts, why should players take a pay cut, this and that, we so often get it wrong. We have the wrong discussions. But the Pittsburgh Steelers simply don't want to spend the money, and it's not due to strategy. Sometimes it's genuine strategy, because of moves you have to make next year, because of contract extensions you want to work on going into next season, you have to carry some cap space forward. There's a genuine strategy to it, and you think, okay, I understand. That's not the case with what the Steelers are facing right now. Like I said, they have contracts they can easily rework. And free up plenty of cap space, not in a way where you have to make a deal with the devil in the future and say, okay, we do this, but as soon as 2027, 2028, 2029 roll around, we're in trouble. That's not the case. So yeah, I'm on Aaron's side here as well. Again, you also have to factor in that people say, oh, he's made so much money. And I agree, these guys make a ton of money. I get it. I'd be in the NFL right now for free, okay? Let's be honest. I was going to give a number and I thought, what are we even talking about? I'd literally do it for free. But he's going out there. He's competing. He's putting himself on the line. He got injured. He was wearing a cast. He still played. He's going out there, man. You don't make the playoffs without Aaron. You just don't. You're not getting there with Kenny Pickett or, oh my gosh, what's the other guy's name? The backup quarterback this past year, who was the quarterback for years before that. I can't think of his name right now. I'm so bad with names. But you're not doing it. You're not getting there with Justin Fields. You're not getting there with the 2026 version of Russell Wilson. Aaron Rodgers genuinely won you games just strictly from his ability to operate an offense. In fact, he put you in a position to win way more games than you actually did, but the defense dropped the ball, especially against a team like the Bengals. So this is kind of silly at this point, honestly. You even made a trade for, or you went out and got another offensive weapon, another receiver, etc. You're in a fascinating draft spot. You also apparently do believe in Will Howard. And so if you actually genuinely believe in Will Howard, but you still want Aaron there, then you want Will to be able to learn from Aaron. That's worth a lot of money. The ability to learn from Aaron Rodgers as a mentor, that's all money well spent. So there's no reason for this right now. There's legitimately no reason for this. Why can't I think of the backup quarterback's name right now? I thought I'd get it as I was talking about it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I see his face. I see Myles Garrett throwing a punch at him. Why can't I think of his name? As soon as I hit end, it's going to come to me, and everyone's going to be in the comment section like, you're thinking of. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I thought about it. I realized who it was. What is his name? Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the backup quarterback whose name I can't remember right now? Oh my gosh, I was about to get it. I lost it. Mason Rudolph, right? Mason Rudolph. We got there. I did it. Preliminary thoughts. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get into some discussions. Let's get into some fights, but ultimately let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and I absolutely love to see you be part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.